Hello everyone and welcome back. I am the Sovereign and this is my court. If this is your first time in attendance, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button before you leave our kingdom. Miss Universe Philippines is finally underway, and one of the most coveted crowns in the world is up for grabs once again. I have checked, looked through, perused the introductory headshots that each lady submitted themselves. Every woman was able to choose like a photo as their representation and announcement, letting the world know, hey, I'm in this competition. And honestly, there's a lot that we can learn about a contestant, a competitor, from the headshot alone. Initially, I was not gonna do a video about this, and that I don't know what I was thinking. Like,
did you fall down and smack your little head on the pavement?
yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Like, of course we have to talk about the headshots. I really wasn't gonna do it. Those of you who follow me on Instagram because you guys missed it. We actually have discussed almost like a blitz version of this video where I talked about every single individual headshot, which I'm gonna try to re-upload that live. Just a small section of that live because I talked a lot. I spilled a lot of tea in that live. I talked a lot about myself in that live, so I can't put up the whole live. But the live stream where we talked about each individual photo, I'm gonna try to upload that again so everybody can laugh at me and this. Lupa Lupa City. I like Lupa Lupa. You're interesting me. Once again, you better serve this intensity in person or it's a problem. Don't catfish me, Lupa Lupa. Look, you guys, I'm starting to think that you guys only watch these videos because you know that eventually I'm gonna mispronounce something because I do it every single year. I can't get it right every single time. And you know what, Filipinos? I see that you're playing me. Okay, it is not going above my head. I have realized every year, you guys don't typically always choose the same cities as representative provinces for the girls. There's new cities in here that I've never said before. You're doing it on purpose and I know it. I have figured it out. I'm just like, I work so hard every year to try to figure out how to say certain things and then they come out with a new city and I'm like, well, great. I am not above laughing at myself. And I know some of you down there aren't as well. So you guys get to laugh at me every year for messing up something, and quite honestly, you already missed it because I already mispronounced, but we'll see what happens in this video. I have my top 10 favorite introductory headshots. When you get to choose a headshot, because I feel like some of these ladies really let it go over their head, so we need to understand the purpose of these headshots, okay? This is your introduction. This is the first time the world is getting to see you. This is your I'm going to take over the world photo. I am your next queen. That is what this photo is supposed to be giving us. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with some of these photos, but some of these photos more so looked like elementary grade school photos that your mother would put on the refrigerator. Like, oh my God, you're so cute, but it's definitely not giving me future queen. Some of you look like you were running for city council. Some of you look like you were the brand new kindergarten teacher. Some of you look like it was your senior class photo. And I'm not saying you weren't cute, but you have to understand that the women that you are going up against, the women that are on like my top 10 with their photos, they're vipers, okay? They're merciless warriors that they know what they're doing and they are trying to get that crown. Some of these girls really look like little girls going up against hardened veterans. What were some of these photos? And once again, what triggers me is not the fact that any of these women are ugly. What triggers me is the fact that I know you're more than this. I know that you can do better than a senior class photo. Like, I know you can be more beautiful, you can be more regal, you can be more of a competitor than the photo that you chose to represent you. Ladies, come on now. All of you have Instagram, and I have looked in most of your Instagrams, and you've taken better photos with your cell phones. No, I expect your best at all times. It's Miss Universe Philippines, okay? Get it together. This particular young lady almost made my top 10. Like, you were right a breath away from making my top 10. And I realized I couldn't really justify giving her a top 10 spot because even though this photo is gorgeous, it's a great quality, it's not really doing anything. This photo simply relies on beauty itself. It's a basic photo of just a gorgeous woman in her face. Her face doesn't really have emotion. It's just simply relying on the fact that she's incredibly attractive and she's very beautiful. She's giving Snow White in this photo, but there was no serve. There was no energy. There was no feeling, no emotion. When you take any type of headshot, a photo, you always want to attract some sort of emotion, pull some sort of emotion out of your audience, a judge, whatever. That's how you make an impact. There's no energy coming out of this photo other than the fact that she's incredibly pretty. I couldn't justify putting it on top 10, even though, like, I actually really like it. So let's go through the first 5 photos that were on my top 10 favorites list. At number 10, Passe. 9, Pangasinan. 8, Ilocos Norte. 7, Bohol. 6, Quezon Province. Passe really has potential. Like, I see something in her. And Ilocos Norte, I feel like she's a woman that's gonna go under the radar, but based on the connection that she's having in this photo with the camera, I also see something in her as well. Like, her face is translating something. There's some emotion there. She's a little bit mysterious, and it intrigues me. She also has a very nice quality photo. Now, from what most of these photos, not Passe, the quality wasn't great. Passe's photo gives me a woman that really knows how to model. She knows she's beautiful. She knows how to model. So she probably likely knows how to use her face as well. But the thing is, if a woman can't send in an appropriate headshot photo for Miss Universe Philippines, it's very unlikely that she's going to know what an appropriate performance is on stage as well. If you can't get the headshot right, how can we rely on you to be able to get a performance right? This is how I'm able to suss out who are the pageant veterans versus who are the pageant newbies. Pageant veterans know how to put out a good headshot. They know what a good headshot looks like, and they know how to make one. A pageant newbie is going to send in a school photo and think that's appropriate because they don't know any better and you didn't research. A well-prepared woman is a woman that researched and taught herself. She studied and therefore knows what's expected of her. Some of these women, I can tell, you don't know what's expected of you even for a headshot. So it's very unlikely you know how to perform or you know how to style yourself. Once again, this is Miss Universe Philippines. I don't understand how you're not bringing your A game. I know we just started. But I've said this before in other videos. A Miss Universe is never presented poorly. She's never subpar. She's hardly ever even average. Most women, if you think about Demi, Zosie, Catriona, Pia, they have bumped up and improved steadily as those women competed, but Demi was never subpar. Demi was never average. Zosie was never average. Catriona was never just average, bare minimum. I understand if some women don't want to come out swinging for the fences, putting their best out, at the first photo. I get that, but that doesn't mean you put out bad. And Miss Universe is never like bad, okay? You can put out, subtle, but you're not going to put out something bad. Now let's go through the top 5 photos in a little bit more detail, and you might see me kind of throw in clips from my live stream because during the live stream, it was my first time seeing these photos immediately, and I saw them with like people staring at me. Like, it was my immediate reaction. My immediate reaction to Makati, oh my God. This is a slay. It's a disrespectful slay because she knows that she's good and she's not even having mercy on the other girls. This is rude, Makati. You are mean for this. This type of photo is discouraging to the rest of the girls, okay? And you should just think about other people's feelings before you put out photos like this, Makati, because I don't think you were thinking about your fellow competitors and how they would feel about you stepping on their photos like this. Once again, disrespectful. But you go, girl. She has to be a pageant veteran. There's no way a woman is putting out this level of, facial slay, hand position, without having some sort of history and background. Her makeup is enough to attract attention, especially to her eyes, but it doesn't overdo it. Her hands are positioned, but it doesn't come off as forced. This woman, I don't think this is her best, but at your first glance, it feels like a Miss Universe headshot. Like, it feels like it's her best, but I'm not going to underestimate her. This probably likely is not her best. I loved this photo. This photo is great. This photo is a photo that I would be like, yeah, she's a winner. At number 4, I have Taguig. This photo is so first of all, this photo is so damn moisturized. Like, what lotion, what oil are you using? She's got like this glow, this ethereal glow throughout her entire body. face, hair, everything. The face is very soft, yet it's enticing. She still has emotion there. There's still energy there, but she's not overdoing it. For a first headshot, a first introductory headshot, this is glorious. Once again, this has to be a woman that has some sort of background in pageantry. I mean, this is another headshot that I just truly love. She is literally polished and ready to go. At number 3, I have Palawan. Oh my goodness. The ferocity. She's giving me like jaguar eyes. Like she looks like she wants to eat my soul, and I kind of want to let her do it. This is a very enticing photo. It's a very powerful photo. This is a very like, I'm gonna conquer the crown photo. I was highly impressed by just the level of production. The colors in her hair kind of matched the background a little bit. And there were some photos that I had issues with the skin tone matching too much of the background. There really has to be some sort of separation. She did it to a point where the background's deep and dark enough to where it's not, contrasting or taking too much away from her skin tone, which was great. The eye contact and the symmetry within the eyes right there was stunning. The flare of the hair showing the earring, very, very fierce photo. This was great. This is a Miss Universe photo. You're fighting for it. I see you, girl. These top 2 photos really demonstrate something that I think a lot of people don't understand, because a lot of people seem to think that I only prefer one type of face. And this is coming from people that can't serve more than a cold bowl of cereal, okay? So the chef is in the house. Let's just talk about what it means to actually serve, because you do have to be able to serve more than one dish, right? It's not that I just like to eat risotto. Risotto is my favorite food, but a decent chef can cook up anything in a heartbeat, and it's gonna be amazing. The smile. I criticize smiles all the time. And the reason that I do that is because honestly, most people aren't good at faking one. I know a lot of you don't know this, but the first job that I sought out when I moved to Los Angeles was to become a member of the Disney court. Yes, that is right. I am friends with not only pageant queens, but Disney princesses. And Disney princesses, they're the best in the game when it comes to smiling. They actually do put the women through a training course. You have to go through training for several months before you actually become what they call a face character. Disney princesses are the best in the game at the smile because it looks natural, it looks excited. You have never met a Disney princess who didn't legitimately look excited. You have to train for that. It takes work to develop that. A smile is the hardest facial expression to maintain because it requires so many muscles within your face to control a smile and still look good with a smile.
An anonymous princess who portrayed Belle at a Disney park told Cosmopolitan magazine that princesses have to smile for an hour straight and can only drop those smiles when they are behind closed doors on a break, revealing, "The first few weeks my face literally hurt."
In order to present a good, convincing smile on stage, it really has to have that authenticity, meaning it should also translate into other areas of your face. Like I said, when you smile, it creates a lot of facial distortion. You should have smile lines under the eyes. Your eyebrows should not remain in the same position. Things change on your face when you do a smile, which is why it's so hard for a lot of women to do it convincingly, because they're trying to be pretty and smile at the same time, which is really honestly difficult to do because of the facial distortion of moving all these different muscles. It's hard work, which is also what makes it super easy for me to point out when it's fake. When your smile doesn't translate into other areas of your face and it's only down here, I know it's fake. Look at these photos. Maybe some of you don't really see a difference, but look at these photos now. Now you see the difference. A genuine smile is a beautiful thing, but it can be very difficult to pull off and still be pretty. Even when I smile, I'm well aware because I watch my own face and I have practiced this, as I said, Disney court over here, because of course, are you really surprised? You shouldn't be. But I've practiced and I've been trained. One side of my smile actually has stronger muscles than the other side. Specifically, this side will smile more than this side. And I have to be aware of that when taking a photo. Otherwise, I'm going to have a lopsided smile. When I naturally smile, this eye closes more than this eye, which makes it look like I have a lazy eye. You really have to factor in these things to have a really good smile on stage or in a photo. Now, back to the photos I was talking about. My top 2 women really demonstrate a fabulous smile perfectly. And I don't understand. Once again, it's the people that can't serve more than a cold bowl of cereal that think serving face is all of just one face. You're a terrible chef if that's what you think. Both of these women are serving face, but they're doing it with a smile. Hello, Elo City. I adore this photo. It's super cute, but it's regal, it's queenly. It's a very put together headshot. She's controlled a lot more of her smile, keeping her face very pretty and non-distorted from all the muscle movement, but you can still see it translates into her eyes. She's smiling with her eyes, and you can see like the little happy crease under her eye. It's the full face is working in this photo, and that's what makes a good smile. We want all the face. We want the cheek. We can see all of that. It's great. She's looking directly over her shoulder. It's a very come hither, I'm friendly but queenly photo. I really like this photo. It makes me happy. And there's only one photo that makes me even more happy than this one. Baguio City, you win, girl, you win, you win, you win. I looked at this photo and I automatically smiled when I looked at this photo. And that's what it means to draw in your audience, to evoke an emotion. As soon as I saw Baguio City's photo, she evoked a happy emotion in me. I couldn't help but smile back at the photo. She looks like she's having the time of her life. She looks like she's the happiest person in the world. She's got great teeth. You see how that smile translates into her eyes. Her eyes aren't just stagnant and open. They're slightly upwards tilted. She's smiling with her eyes. You can see it in her eyes. All of it's working. And then she's got like these double dimples or something. You are adorable. Oh my God, let me just calm down. She's got the windswept hair, just brushing it right out of her face. This is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It is a soulful, happy, energetic photo. I love this photo. Like, you guys saw it during the live stream. When I first saw this photo, I was just like, I was drawn to her. And the more I stared at the photo, the more I loved her. That is the impact of a good headshot. Bring an emotion out of the person that is looking at you, whether it be empathy, whether they just think you're super adorable. You better draw me in some sort of way that makes me fall in love with you. That's how you gain the support of the audience, the organization, and the judges. Baguio City is a woman that I will be keeping my eye on, because there is no way that she's never competed in a pageant before. You're not putting out smiles like this, headshots like this, and being an amateur. Now, you guys are well aware I am not familiar with every woman in competition. I don't live in the Philippines, so I don't know what's going on. But these were the headshots that I found incredibly impressive. Though, if you want to see my thoughts on other headshots that weren't included in this video, it's probably in your best interest to head over to my Instagram and find out what was said in the live stream. Yes, jokes were made. If you can't take a joke, don't watch it. I don't think I said anything really bad. I never say anything really bad. Y'all are just sensitive. But there are some photos that, like I said, the girls were pretty. Everybody's pretty. There's plenty of girls that are pretty, but certain quality of photos were not there. Certain makeup mishaps were happening. And I expect more of women competing for Miss Universe Philippines, especially when some of you are so strikingly gorgeous. I know that you can put out a better photo. There's no reason for some of these headshots, okay? You can do better. Don't let anybody tell you any differently. In the comments section below, let me know what you think of our first look at the Miss Universe Philippines contestants. It is possible we will get more of them because they are still accepting applications. Not mine though, because I'm American, but whatever. So let me know who's your favorite in the comments section below. Who do you think could do better with their headshot? Because there's some ladies, I looked at your headshot and then I looked at your Instagram. Reverse catfish, girl, you're gorgeous and you're giving me what? We will discuss some of that in the next video. Remember, I love you and I will miss you, and I will be back in a future video. Bye.